Prophet Uber Angel is here again with the biggest mistake he's made in marriage. From the worst he is voicing out, that's part of the biggest mistake anybody could have made in marriage, especially fathers. Men, listen to this. Men, watch this. As much as women, watch this. The biggest mistake you can ever make in your marriage. Watch this one.
I said, this world is evil. Did I not tell you? When it comes to marriages, the biggest problem is not girls, it's fathers. They create a system, a cycle of negativity. A cycle of negativity. I told you last week that they will take their daughter as a princess. That's right. Princess. Yeah. Princess. So she grows up knowing I'm a princess. Not knowing when you get home to your own husband, you are not princess. So they don't train their children and their daughters for marriage. Wow. They train their daughters to control. So when they get into marriage, they want to control. Now the man there is created to control. Chaos. One of my sisters is because she's here now. One of my sisters is because she just became someone straightforward, knowing God. My father loved that sister. She's here now, hearing me now. Yes. She's even smiling. That my own father said, if your husband troubles you, come back home. The man, how that guy was dangerous himself. But he's telling his own daughter, if he just does anything, come back. And I'm thinking, Mama should have gone back, way back. If this was the advice she received. Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? Some cycles are started by parents, and they create a legal ground by which the devil enters, and nothing can be done. You don't know why you passed your O levels, you passed your A levels, and no job anywhere. Even if they see you, they will employ the person who is less qualified than you. They will even tell you, we don't have the money to give you, you are too qualified. Imagine not finding a job because you're too qualified. And yet you know, I'm okay with me being too qualified for this money. I'm okay. Let me work. They'll say, no, we just want that one. The reason is not really simple. Because they can't see it. That you are tormented by spirits that are actually putting you in a bind continuously. I came here to Harare one time, around 11 p.m. there.
So this is the biggest mistake as said by Prophet Uber Angel in marriages. But before we even go into that deeper, I want to show you what Google, some platforms, some blocked websites gave me to be the 11 marriage mistakes and how to fix them. But we are not going to talk about how to fix them. But the marriage mistakes, we are going to talk about them. I'm going to just list them, just mention them. Then we talk about what Prophet Uber Angel is claiming to be the biggest mistake. Let's go. So number one, splitting the housework evenly. Oh, really? You split the housework evenly. Men, are you going to do that? Split housework evenly with your wife? I don't believe you're going to do that because I'm not going to do that bullshit. Having unrealistic expectations of marriage. Ah, everyone's marriage will be different. Don't think about your friend's own, right? Thinking sexual issues don't matter. Women, sexual issues matter, right? Anger problems, everybody could have one. Staying up to resolve an argument even if it takes all night. Ooh, that's a problem. Expecting your partner to be able to mind read. Oh, not everybody is good at that, so you don't expect. Putting off kind gestures, parenting differences, financial disagreements, underestimating the power of small changes, lack of communication or active listening. This one can be very dangerous. And that's the last one, of course, and I think should come first among all of these things that they've listed here. But Prophet Ibe Angel is saying that one catastrophic mistake in marriages is the father treating their daughter like a queen and making them have a sweet mind, sweet head, making them feel like, ah, this is how my father treated me. And so my husband should treat me like that. So propelling that controlling mindset. Baby, I need this. Baby, do this. Baby, I need bullshit. 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 Total bullshit. Right? And so what Prophet Ibrahim Angel is saying is that as a man, if you give birth to a woman, to a girl, to a lady, you groom her in such a way that she will have that knowledge of awareness that one day, if she finds herself under the canopy of another man, she will know that, oh, this is my master. And so, the way I was pampered at home by my dad, I've now found a new master. And I don't control this master. This master controls me. Because if you find yourself being pampered by another person or a man who is your father, apparently, in this concept of discussion, then it means to say that you have thrown out signals of control to your father. Daddy, I would like this food. Daddy, I would like this. Daddy, I would like that. Then your father will provide it for you accordingly. But when you come to your marriage, you might not have find that same treatment. And you don't expect that same treatment. I'm not saying men should be rude and should be arrogant and should be stupid. I'm not saying any of that. Men listening to this right now, I think in the wise words of Prophet Angel will be telling you to respect your wife, treat them well. But then you as a woman don't have a controlling mentality that you can tell your husband, fetch me water, and they are supposed to fetch you water. Do this for me, wash my panties, and they wash your panties for you. Oh, wash your panties? Um, wash your panties. So that's a bit. So what Prophet Angel is saying that you have been mistreated by your dad. Even though she was pampering you, you were being mistreated because the real knowledge about marriage has not been fed with you. You've not been fed without information about marriage. And so you are full of yourself, and you being full of yourself have led you towards control your husband, which will be very catastrophic. And that is the biggest mistake that you could make as a woman. And this mistake, the source of these mistakes are coming from fathers. So if you are listening to me, every man listening to me, unless you are impotent, you are a potential father. Even if you are impotent, you are a father. Because we adopt for you children, right? And so you are still a father. So this is what Prophet Angel is saying. And it makes a lot of sense in my opinion. In my opinion, right? In my opinion, you know, I just don't want to say what I'm gonna say right now. I'll reserve it for another podcast. But that's what Prophet Angel is saying about the biggest mistake in marriages. My name is Chodanese. I love to break down gospel messages like this. Put out some post notifications, subscribe if you've not done that yet. Share this podcast. I'm out.